I am super excited today because I'm going to be doing a full face testing, I think the cheapest makeup brand I could possibly find. This is PS by Primark, and I've been intrigued about this brand for a really long time. I've only ever tried their lashes, but today I have bought 7 products from them to do a full face, and all 7 of these products came to £18, which I mean is absolutely insane. I've said so many times that the price of makeup is getting absolutely ridiculous, and so if these are good, I'm gonna be so excited. Now there is a little bit of my brain that's going like, are they really gonna be good? Are they actually? I have faith, I have hope. Today I'm going to give you the full rundown. I'm going to be giving you a full review, so if you want some cheap makeup, then maybe this is your brand. Who knows, who knows? But just before we do jump into the video, if you haven't already, definitely like and subscribe. I am doing a few more review bits on my channel here. I'm branching out a little bit. I'm going to be trying new things, doing new reviews, but also doing a lot more Get Ready With Me's, Project Panny, Shop My Stashes, all that good fun stuff that is already on my channel. So if that sounds like a good time to you, then definitely stick around. Okay. I'm a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie, I am a bit scared of this because there's a little niggling part of my brain that is thinking, because these are so cheap, they're not gonna be good. And I really hope that I'm wrong. So I'm just gonna jump straight into it, I think. I'm just gonna go for it. There wasn't much to choose from at the shop. I did buy these in person. There wasn't much like shade ranges to choose from. A lot of the pale shades had been sold out and a lot of the things just weren't there. So I kind of had to make do with what I could. But I'm going to jump straight into foundation. And this is the foundation that I ended up picking up. This is the Primark PS My Perfect Colour Illuminating Foundation. It says it's a luminous finish with wild pansy and rose extract. And it also says it's SPF 20, which is amazing. It doesn't say anything about the coverage claims on the packaging at all, which I'm a little bit scared about. I've got the shade Ivory 20. I should say as well, all of these say that they are cruelty-free. Now, my definition of cruelty-free is a little bit different, maybe. Of course, I do take into account animal testing and all that. However, I know Primark aren't the most ethical brand with their clothing. They do use sweatshops and things like that, so I don't really know how this has been made. It may be cruelty-free, but is it ethical? I'm not too sure, to be honest. But I'm just going to shake it up. There was only this pale shade in, so it looks a little bit too pale for me, but I'm hoping that it is, because it was either like this or bronzer shade of foundation, which I'm not going to make that work. Okay. This is the colour. We'll see. Oh, it's quite thick, actually. I was expecting it to be really thin. It is quite thick. I think I got a little bit too much there, but that's okay. What do we think? Do we think this colour's going to be good? I'm not sure. So this foundation is £6. My background is really annoying me. Yeah, so this foundation is £6, which isn't super cheap in the grand scheme of things. You can definitely get like a Revolution foundation for £6 or collection or anything like that. But I'm gonna pop it on with a brush. Let's have a close-up look at this. So it's not very full coverage. I'd say it's quite a light coverage. It's quite illuminating, which it did claim to be, so I'm not mad about that. It's very lightweight. Even though it was thick on my finger, it's quite lightweight on the skin, which is really nice. Like, I don't feel it on my skin. Okay. I do have a few little breakouts today, so we'll definitely see if it covers those and what kind of deal that is. It's definitely kind of light to medium, I think. But the shade is pretty good. I think that shade match is really good. Look at that. My hand. Considering I had to get this because it was the only light shade, I think that's a really good shade for me. Okay, I'm going to just blend it in with a beauty blender. I like to go in with a beauty blender after a brush, just because it really sets the product, sinks it into the skin a little bit more and takes off any excess as well. Then we'll do a proper check-in. You know what? That's really nice. I was a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie. When I first started blending it out, I was thinking, it's not much coverage. It's not doing much, but you know what? I like that. So you can definitely still see some breakouts, some blemishes, which, I mean, okay, it's not full coverage. Definitely kind of low, maybe medium-ish. Not really my coverage cup of tea. However, it's got a really nice finish to it. It's got quite a luminous finish, which it did say on the packaging. I've got very, very dry skin, so anything with a little bit of life to it really, really does help me out. Okay. And I mean, coverage-wise, we can see how good the concealer is. I'm hoping that it's going to be good because I would like a little bit more coverage. I am quite comfortable, to be honest, going out like this. I have said in a few videos that a few months/years ago, I would want the most full coverage foundation ever to go out the house with. Now I'm kind of embracing the few little acne spots that I have. I think it's because my acne's just got so much better anyway. But yeah, I'm not mad that these are poking through. It didn't claim to be full coverage, so I don't know. We'll see what magic the concealer works, because this is the My Perfect Colour Illuminating Under Eye Concealer with vitamin E and jojoba oil, and this is in the shade Porcelain. Now this reminds me of the Maybelline concealer that everyone is going absolutely bananas about still, and I am intrigued. Hang on, how does this work? Am I just being really thick? Is this something you twist or click? Oh, I think you twist it. Do you? I can't twist it. I can't do it. Oh, is it this way? Oh my god, I was going the wrong way. Okay, so that's a little bit hard to twist. But you got to twist it, I think. I'm twisting. Still twisting. Okay, I can see it coming through. Can you see that? Can you see that product kind of poking through there? I'm going to keep... Oh, it's really difficult to twist. And there we go. It's coming out. That's really hard to twist. I don't really like that. But I'm going to pop this under my eye. I feel like there should be a grip. Some kind of grippy thing on this, because that's difficult. Okay, I'm going to just kind of splodge this everywhere. Now, I remember talking poo-poo about the Maybelline one when it came out, because these sponge tip applicators, they do give me the ick a little bit, but there was literally no other concealers to choose from, so beggars can't be choosers. I just don't like how it's going to get all grimy and gunky. This sponge bit is going to get so much bacteria on it. But I mean, I'm not using it on anyone else. It's just going to be used on me. So I'm going to see how this works. It's pretty light for me, which is okay because sometimes I do like a pretty light concealer. I'm not too mad. I'm going to leave the bits on pimples till after. I'm just gonna hope that they get some coverage, dry a little bit. That's what I always like to do. If I have a particularly stubborn pimple, I like to just put some concealer on and then leave it to dry a little bit, because that'll give you the best coverage. So yeah, this is very pale for me. That's fine. I don't often say that because I am a pasty white ghost as it is. That's pretty decent coverage. It's not awful. That's a nice everyday kind of coverage. It's not boom, oh my god, cake face, but it's also not nothing. That's nice. It's brightened as well. It's given me a really nice, alive kind of look to the skin, which, to be honest, I needed. I had a lie-in this morning because my alarm went off and I was just nah, no, I can't do it today. So I am feeling rough. And this concealer actually isn't too bad. It looks quite smooth as well on the skin. You know what? I'm really surprised by this. I was not having high hopes for this concealer at all. I'm not mad. I'm going to add a little bit more, I think, just for some extra coverage. I don't always go in with a second layer of concealer, but I don't know. I just want some. Who can blame me? You know what? I'm especially impressed with my nose because my nose is so dry. I get a lot of dry skin, and peeling and flaking on my nose. I've not got anything. Like, it is so smooth on my nose. There is not even one little bit of flaking or peeling or anything like that. It's just done really, really well. And then this second layer of concealer in the under eyes, I'm just going to really focus on the inner corner, and I'm not going to blend it out all the way, just to give me the most brightening. Okay, I'm feeling good about that. I'm feeling a little bit pale, which never happens to me, so hey ho, but that's okay because I do have some bronzer and some face powder and all that kind of stuff. So for face powder, I'm a little bit scared about this one as well, I'm not gonna lie. This is, again, my perfect colour face powder. It is the Foundation Press Powder Buildable Coverage Matte Finish Use Alone or to Set Foundation with Vitamin E and Vitamin C derivative. And this, I'm not gonna lie, has that cheap makeup smell. Comes with a little puff and a plastic packaging covering. It has that kind of Technic, if you've used Technic makeup, you'll know what I mean. Kind of like, I don't know how to describe this. Just cheapy makeup smell, which, you know what, it's fine, don't worry about it. We're gonna continue, we're gonna carry on. And I'm going to pop this all over this cheek and see. Oh, okay. Right. I don't think this powder is going to be for me. Okay. I've just set half of my face with this powder. Normally I do close-ups on this camera. However, I want this to be like full quality. So this is you fully zoomed in. I don't know if you can see, it's looking very cakey as soon as I put that powder on. It just looks quite thick, whereas this side looks very smooth, very nice, not cakey, not thick. This side suddenly just looked heavy. I'm kind of hoping you can see it. I don't know if you're going to be able to. Maybe on my forehead. Can you see the difference? This side looks quite light, quite, you know, not much product. And then suddenly this side just looks heavy. Don't know if you're going to be able to see. I really, really hope you are. Okay, I'm going to set the rest of my face. I don't really like that at all. It just looks very, very heavy. But that's okay, that's okay. Hopefully throughout the day, when some of my oils come through, it will kind of break that down a little bit, but I'm not a fan of that. No. I will give that a few more chances with a few more foundations. It's not the worst thing in the world by far, but it's just looking very heavy on my forehead. It just looks quite thick. As soon as I put that powder on, suddenly everything just got heavy. So I think that might be the first fail of the video. I don't know. I'm really hoping you guys could have seen what I meant in that close-up shot, but that one was not good. That one was not nice. So let's move on to bronzer because I think I need it. I'm pale for some reason. I'm pale pasty white. So this is the bronzer that I'm going to use today. This was £1, which I cannot believe. This is the PS Bronze Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade Fearless. I'm a little bit nervous for this as well because this reminds me of the MUA Bronzed, and I really did not like that one. So I'm going to swatch it, I think, first. Oh, it seems to have quite decent pigmentation, which is great. So the MUA Bronzed didn't have any like pickup at all. I just feel like I was dipping in, and it was just like a rock and I couldn't get anything out. It had the same kind of embossing as this does. So maybe I'm just being unfair. I don't know. Let's pop this on the face. Oh, it's a nice colour for me. You know what? For £1, I cannot believe this was £1. That's nice. Wow, I'm actually shocked. And also we can cover this like pimple here as well, you know? Love that. That's crazy. If this is like good for £1, wow. This doesn't have the smell that the powder has. So I feel like the powder may have been like a cheaper product. It wasn't to buy. I think the powder was like £2.50 or something. I'll have had all the prices on the screen. But this, I don't know, for £1, it doesn't have that horrible like powdery makeup smell. And it works so nicely. Oh my god, I'm actually shocked right now. You guys, that is beautiful. Look at that. For £1? Are you kidding me? There's no skipping, there's no patchiness, there's no nothing like that. Wow. Okay, this might be my favourite thing from the whole video, and I'm not gonna lie, I was looking at this and I was like, £1, that's gonna be so bad, but it's not. The one gripe that I have with it, the clasp is very weak, so you can kind of like close it all the way, but it doesn't really stay closed. That is something that I'm a bit about. I'm eyeing that, but that is just, I mean, whatever, you know, it's not that deep, but that is amazing. It's not taking up my foundation at all. It's just a nice matte formula. I've got nothing bad to say about that. That's really, really nice. Okay, so that's made me even more excited for the blush, I'm not gonna lie. So the blush is again from the PS line. This is just called Blush. It is the High Pigment Blusher, and I have mine in the shade True Peach. I do like these more peachy toned blushes, and I don't know, I just feel like they go with any kind of makeup look. So this does have the PS embossing on it, and again, I am gonna swatch it. Doesn't have any kind of smell. Oh, that's a nice colour. Okay, that's more of like an orangey peach, which I like. Pop this on. Oh, that's very orangey peach. I don't think I have many like proper orange peachy blushes, so this will be a nice addition to my collection. That's pigmented. Okay, I went a little bit heavy-handed there. Nice. Look at that. It's just a really solid blush. Honestly, I'm really impressed. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm so impressed with this. There's only been one thing that I don't like. How has that gone on over the powder? I feel like it smoothed the powder out a little bit. Like, this part of my face still looks a little bit cakey, but where I've put the bronzer and the blush, it looks a little bit more smooth. I don't know. Has that smoothed my skin? I feel like that smoothed my skin a little bit. That's insane for blush that was like £1.50, I think. Like, okay, that is mental. I'm like shook right now. I'm shooketh. Okay, right. This is where it could all go wrong. Now it's the eyeshadow time. I'm going to prime my eyes with my primer potion. As usual, I do this with every single eye look. I am a little bit nervous because eyeshadow is where everything could go wrong. Eyeshadow is my favourite part of my makeup look, so I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. So there wasn't, again, very many options for eyeshadow at Primark when I went. There was only 2 palettes, and one of them was this. This is the Creamy Dreams eyeshadow palette, and by the name, I thought it was going to be something like the Huda, like, creamy palettes that recently came out, but all of these are actually powder products, which I'm really, really happy about, and it's a really nice, just neutral, cool tone colour story. So I'm going to set my lid using this just pale white shade. I always like to set my lid in every eye look. Okay, pretty much no pigmentation there, but that's okay. I'm scared. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with, I think, this deep brown. There's no names on these and there's no mirror, but that's fine. You get, each shade is 0.65 grams, which, to be honest, is not that bad. Normally eyeshadows are 1 gram each, however, you're never going to get through that. So I think that's a really nice amount of product that you get. Actually, I think I'm going to go in with this one first. In the middle row, this kind of grey. Let's see, there was a little bit of kick up in that shade, so let's go. Okay. It's giving not much. That was one dip in. I'm gonna dip in again. yeah, it's not giving much. But I'm just gonna keep building it. Can you see the difference? There is definitely a difference between my two eyes. Not a whole lot. My dog's dreaming. Can you hear him? He sometimes barks in his sleep, and it is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. He's a very dreamy dog. I should say as well, we've only been in the studio an hour, and he's fast asleep already. Okay, this eyeshadow, not giving much, not giving a whole lot. That's all right though. It was a very, very cheap palette. I was kind of expecting it to not be the best thing in the world, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna try and add some depth. Is that a bit of patchiness I see? No, I think it's just me being over analytic. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this brown on a slightly smaller brush. See how much pigment this has. I'm gonna pop this on the outer corner. Okay, you can see not a whole lot. Okay, we're gonna keep going, It's okay, it's okay. I'm gonna build it, and it'll be fine. It's definitely added something, you know, something's happening. I could pop it on the lower lash line as well. I think it's got slightly more pigment than the first shade that we used, but I mean, the first shade that we used was a very pale shade anyway, so, you know, maybe it can be redeemed, who knows? Okay. So that's all the crease done. I'm not blown away, you know. I've been panning my That's Taupe palette from Colourpop, which has very similar shades. Very, very, very different quality. Okay. So we have a few shimmer shades. We have a pink shimmer, which again is more of a satin. We have this middle taupey shimmer and then a black shimmer. I'm gonna go with this middle one and pop it on the lid. Not giving much. I'll just build it up a little bit though. See if I can get any more pigment. You know, that second layer, it's gave a little bit. It's not horrific. There is definitely like little specks of shimmer that you can see, which is good. I've had a few drugstore palettes that just like all the shimmers just look like satins. This definitely looks like a shimmer. So, you know, it's not the worst. I'm gonna go in with this black, just a little tiny bit, and use it to just deepen out this outer corner just with my finger, just to try and add a little bit of like drama, you know? You guys may know if you've been on my channel before, I love a bit of drama. I love a bit of intense, smoky makeup. I've just run that on the lower lash line as well. It's definitely a little bit more dramatic, which is what I like to see. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this deep matte, and I'm going to try and use this as a liner. I'm a little bit scared of the fallout situation because we have had quite a bit during this eye look. But I'm just going to be brave. I'm going to be brave. Okay, it's not the most pigmented. It's definitely very hard to do a winged eyeliner with an eyeshadow that's not very pigmented. It's okay, it's fine. It's not the worst thing. What are we thinking? It's building. The drama's building a little bit, but I mean, I don't think you could get much more than this. I think this is a great palette if you are just looking for something very, very, very simple. Very everyday. If you do your makeup like 2 shades and then out the door, I think this would be great for you. But I'm definitely not that person. I've gone in so many times. I've dipped into this eyeshadow countless times to do this wing. I'm regretting doing it a little bit. I really am. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with that shimmer just because I feel like we lost it a little bit. Pop it on the lid again just to try and bring back some shimmer and some life. Here we go. So the last shade I think I'm going to use is this bright shimmer. I'm going to put this on the inner corner. See how bright this gets. This is more of a pink tone. Oh, that's really bright actually. Wow. I was not expecting that. Okay, so this is the eye look. What do we think? It definitely took a lot of work, but we got there. We got there. Okay, I just ran off to do my brows and my lashes. I did put a black in the waterline as well. I just realised as well I did skip over highlight, and that's because they didn't have any. My Primark had no highlighters in. My hair is so annoying today. I did put hair gel in the other day because I was teaching dance, and I like slicked my hair back, and it's just like still not playing ball with me. I don't know. But yeah, they didn't have any highlight in Primark, which I thought was really weird because I thought that's like, I don't know, who am I? So I did just skip that because I couldn't buy a highlight. But next we have our final product, which is a lip product. And I'm really, really excited for this because I thought I was going to have to be stuck with a matte liquid lipstick or a matte bullet lipstick, which if you've been on my channel you will know I do not enjoy those formulas. However, around the corner I saw this. This is the lip gloss. That's all it says on the packaging name wise, but it says it has hyaluronic acid and shea butter to give a radiant glossy sheen, and it is in the shade Peony. So I'm intrigued. The doe foot is like huge, which is great. Ooh. Okay. Oh, it smells nice. Smells kind of like vanilla. Okay. It's quite thin. You know what? I really like that. A very like natural, everyday kind of shade. That's nice. So what are we thinking of this look? I think it looks pretty good. Just a little close up for you there. So I'm going to go through all of the products in order that we put them on my face. I'm going to give you my review. I'm going to say whether it's worth it, whether it's not. So this foundation I really, really enjoyed. I was a little bit worried about the shade match. It's slightly light, but you really can't tell. If you were just like seeing me in public or just like talking to me, I don't think you'd be able to tell. It's really nice if you're looking for a light to medium, slightly dewy kind of formula. I think this is really, really good for £6. Really amazing. Do not buy this if you're wanting full coverage or matte or anything like that. It's a very natural kind of foundation, but I know that is in trend right now. So who knows, maybe you will absolutely love this. The concealer, I've just noticed, I've used this once. And already we're down to here. Can you see that? We're like a good chunk of the way down already. So that's a little bit worrying. I've done one face and we've used a lot of this. So that's something I've just noticed now. I don't like this little sponge applicator. It just feels gunky and dirty to me. But like I said, this was the only concealer in my shade. They did do a few Tarte dupes, the Tarte Shape Tapes, but they were all in really, really dark shades, so I couldn't buy that. But this, I mean, it's really brightened my eyes, under eyes. It's really done a great job. It's covered very, very well my pimples. So I mean, if you're not really bothered about this kind of applicator, I'd recommend this. It's really, really nice. Very solid product for the price. Incredible. This, steer clear of this. Steer clear of this like the plague. It just made my face look thick and heavy and gunky almost. It was not a good look. I would not be recommending this. I will use it a few more times just to kind of see the deal, but it smells cheap, it looks cheap, it looks like a layer of just dryness on my skin. It made, oh my god. Ooh. Yeah, my forehead, come here. It just looks cakey. It does not look great, and I'm pretty sure that was the powder, because before I put the powder on, it didn't look like that. It kind of looks cakey around here as well. It looks heavy here, and that's the powder. So this sabotaged me today. I'm not happy about this. Do not buy this. I would not recommend this to anyone. Steer clear. I don't like that. The bronzer was an unexpected favourite. I was so adamant that I was not going to like this for £1. I really enjoy it. The clasp is a little bit annoying, like it's closed. And if I just kind of like, there you go, it's open. It's, oh yeah, yeah. I'm pressing it down, it's closed, and then I literally like tap it and it's open. The clasp is not great, but that's just the packaging kind of thing. If you store everything lying down or whatever, it probably won't be too much of an issue. It is a powder product, so it's probably not going to dry up too bad, but I really, really enjoy it. It's the perfect shade for me. It's not patchy, it's not horrible, it's just really, really good. I think, honestly, if you put this in my Fenty Beauty compact, like, I believe you. To be honest, it's a bronzer. Like, there's not really a wow factor for bronzers, I don't feel like. But I really, really, really enjoy this. I'd say if you took one thing from this video, it's the bronzer. The blush is also really, really beautiful. A really nice matte orangey peach blush. Really, really pretty. Again, no patchiness, nothing wrong with it. Really, really good. What else? The eyeshadow palette. If you're wanting a very like subtle, barely there eye look, I'd recommend this. I think it's really, really nice. You can build it up like I have done today, obviously, but it did take a little bit of work. This is not going to be a show-stopping eye look. It's not going to be a show-stopping whatever. It's just going to be a very subtle, everyday, chill kind of eye look. This is probably the most dramatic you can get with it. I mean, you could put this black all over the lid and, you know, that would be more dramatic, but you know what I mean. This is kind of the vibe. Yes, you could put like a topper, a shimmer topper over it and all that kind of stuff, but I probably won't be using this too much. It's nice. It's, you know, it's fine. It's nothing special though. I wouldn't run out and recommend this. And then the gloss, I think, is really, really pretty. It's slightly sticky, but not enough to like stick your lips together. It's quite thin. It's a really, really nice colour. Very, very natural. I really like this gloss as well. So this is it. These are my thoughts on the cheapest makeup brand I could possibly find. I'm very, very impressed overall. There was one massive dud, but that's it. And I'm really, really happy with that. So let me know, have you tried this brand? If you have, what is your favorite product from them? If you haven't, would you be looking at them now? I've never tried them before, like I said, but I found some favorites today. But with that being said, this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. I hope you had an incredible day, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.